Can you game on a PC from Temu? That's what we're going to find out today. So I bought this Cool Bee Temu PC off Temu. It was about $60. And pretty sure the ad advertised that it could do a little bit of gaming. And I wanted to find out if that was true or not. So looking at the device itself, it has a logo right on top. It's got most of its ports back here. It's got a headphone jack, Ethernet, HDMI, 2 USB 2.0, the power port, and the power button. Over on this side, it's got VGA, if you're old school like that. On this side, it has 2 USB 3 ports and a micro SD card slot. On the front, there is nothing but a little blue indicator light when it's turned on. Then on the back, it has your, the product details. It's called the Yield Box. It's some generic brand type thing. You can find about a billion different types of these that are in the same exact box with different names on the top. And there's also this weird hole here. As far as I'm aware, it's for a TV monitor mount. You slide a metal piece in here, and that's a bracket to attach it to a TV. This is what I was talking about with the TV mount. It literally just hooks in the back here, and you have mounts to mount it to a TV. Probably doesn't work all that well because I don't actually think this was properly designed for it, because this hole is much larger than the mount and it falls out really easily. But that's all for the computer. Let's see how it games. After pressing the power button, we're greeted with a lovely 5+ minute boot up sequence. The specs of this top-tier gaming PC is an Intel Celeron N3350 CPU running at 1.1 GHz with the built-in Intel HD Graphics 500 and 8 GB of RAM. Starting off with a game that should be easy to run, we have Half-Life 1. This is the most updated version on Steam, so it is the anniversary update, so it is a little bit more difficult to run than the original version of the game, but it's still pretty easy to run. But here on this Temu PC, I ran the game at 1360 by 768 at very low settings, the lowest I could put it at, and we got a max frame rate of 48 FPS, a minimum of 1, and an average of 33. It's honestly kind of disappointing because Half-Life 1 should be a game that pretty much any computer should be able to play at this day and age, but overall it wasn't a unplayable experience, but it definitely was disappointing. Now, for an even bigger disappointment with our second game, we have Portal running at 480p at the lowest settings I could put them at. Don't let the max FPS deceive you. It says 108, but it rarely got to that point. The minimum FPS was 1, and the average was 38. The footage looks a little bit worse than it felt to play, but it was not really all that fun to play. Honestly, the only redeeming factor is that the horrible, crappy resolution honestly made it feel like I was playing the game on an old console, and it honestly felt a little nostalgic. But other than that, don't play it on this computer. Don't buy this computer. For a bit of fun, I decided to play Fallout New Vegas on this computer. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games, and I've played it on smaller mini PCs before, and it worked half decently well, but on this computer it just did not want to play good. I ran it at 480p, lowest settings, literally the lowest I could do for anything, and at max we got 64 FPS and minimum of 1 like usual, and an average FPS of 26, but it felt terrible to play, and especially once you got into any sort of combat, it just fell apart, and it was just unplayable. And it just not fun. This computer is not fun. I hate this computer. I never want to touch it again. For the last game, this honestly makes me sad. We've got Minecraft, a game that I vividly remember playing on my old crappy laptop that honestly probably didn't have any better specs than this computer, but modern Minecraft, it's just not gonna cut it. Playing at 1080p with all the lowest settings, We got 21 max FPS, 1 for the minimum, and an average of 8. It barely even played. It was pretty much a slideshow. It just, you can't play it. Just not possible. But in a last attempt to actually play something that could be playable in Minecraft, I turned the resolution all the way down to the lowest it would let me go, which was 320p. Everything still as low as I could have it. It got a max of 68, but a minimum of 1 and an average of 11. Like, somehow, it's still just literally completely unplayable. It's still a slideshow. It's honestly just worse. It's just not good. This computer sucks, and I really hate it. In conclusion, please do not ever buy anything like this. Do not buy crappy computers off of Temu. It's not going to be worth it. You're just going to waste your money, because I totally did. I wasted my money. This thing can barely even run Windows. When it boots up, all the random little processes that start up and whatnot, they overload the CPU. They bind it at 100%, and it's like it took literally like 10 minutes to get anything running after the startup. It's just, don't buy it, please. Don't buy it. It doesn't game. It barely desktops. It barely even computers. So please, just don't. Save your money and buy something better. Don't buy computers on Temu. It's not a good idea, and it never will be. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I am going to put this computer somewhere where I should hopefully never find it again, because I hate it that much. See you guys in the next one.